Inflation is through the roof. We are dithering with our foreign policy. Trump's America is a complete catastrophe. And now we have the vote on one of the most highly unqualified conspiracy theorists on the planet, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. And we would like to talk about his nomination with our fast becoming favorite senator from the great state of Maryland, Senator Alsobrooks.
Well, thank you so much. Good morning to both of you, and happy Valentine's Eve, I should say.
Oh, yes. Happy Valentine's Eve to you too. I wish I was feeling a lot more love. All right. We have Robert F. Kennedy Jr. And this man is so dangerous and so unqualified. And you have senators, some of your coworkers are actual medical doctors. I'm just talking about Senator Cassidy. Do you think he's going to vote to confirm Robert F. Kennedy Jr.?
Well, you know, I don't know what Senator Cassidy is going to ultimately do, but what I do know is he heard what I heard in the hearing. This was a man who, even when given an opportunity to disavow these conspiracy theories regarding vaccines, just couldn't do it. A person who, when given information, refused to say the obvious. He, as you saw, claimed that a study from Poland indicated that Black Americans and white Americans should have totally different vaccine schedules. And I presented him with information following that hearing that showed him that the author of that particular study said that RFK Jr. had totally twisted the data to come to a conclusion that he did not agree with. So scientists, medical professionals have disagreed with and attempted to clear up the misinformation that he spread. And you know what? He doubles down on it nonetheless, because he has some theories that he hopes to push forward, whether they're true or not. And it's dangerous. It will harm families. It will harm children. It will cost lives. And so Senator Cassidy and the other members of that committee heard his response and his refusal to respond in many instances. He's a person who still holds on to some extent. He had a conspiracy theory around 9/11. He's a man who is wholly unqualified, didn't know the difference between Medicare and Medicaid, and has all these dangerous theories that will harm us. And he's, you know, it looks like he's on the brink of being confirmed.
Let me ask you this. If you think a person of color were nominated for this position and they had staged a crime scene with a bear in Central Park, decapitated a whale, and said that they had a brain worm, and then on top of all of that claimed to be an expert in areas where they are not an expert, how do you think MAGA Republicans in the Senate would respond if this were a person of color that was this unqualified?
Well, I think they'd be confirmed for so long as they were loyal to Donald Trump. That seems to be, in this moment, the only qualification that matters. It is not whether or not, I was asking RFK Jr. whether he had any medical training or any scientific training. The answer, of course, is no. I've talked to many of the other nominees who have been put forward by this administration who do not have any qualifications to serve in the positions that they've been nominated. And the only qualification that matters to this president is that you pledge your undying loyalty to him. And so I think that anybody who fit that bill, whether they were qualified or not, would be confirmed.
Angie.
Senator, I have lost faith in your Republican colleagues to represent their constituents and not their own personal gain and allegiance to Donald Trump. What my concern is with a nomination and a secretary like Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and the lack of transparency that Donald Trump's administration has already shown. How are we to assure ourselves that we're getting accurate information regarding the spread of bird flu, or, you know, I just saw polio, there's an outbreak in Texas because they weren't vaccinated. So that's my concern moving forward. Where can we trust the health information that's going to be coming at us or not coming at us?
I think, Angie, you raise a great point, is that unfortunately, we are not able to trust the word of the people who've been put forward by Donald Trump. We see in the face of bird flu here in Maryland, we have some cases of bird flu. We're seeing these other diseases pop up around the country. And of course, attacking NIH, attacking scientists and medical researchers will do nothing to stop the spread of these diseases, and instead will make it less safe for all of us. I think that's the reason that we have to continue to insist, is what I've done in these hearings, insist that we listen to and trust scientists, When I had the opportunity to talk again with RFK and some of the others, I've been asking, do you intend to replace these scientists and other medical professionals and substitute your judgment for theirs? And you know what I was told? I was told by RFK Jr. that he intended to replace bad scientists, this is his quote, with good scientists. We must continue to listen to the scientific community, the medical community. I'm going to be standing up fighting for them. I was really pleased to see the lawsuit that's been filed. Johns Hopkins University joined a number of other universities around the country to sue on behalf of NIH. So we're going to have to really rely on the courts, who I expect will play a really outsized role in this right now, because a lot of what we're seeing is not only corrupt, it is illegal. And we're going to fight it at every corner, both legislatively, and we have to also fight it in the courthouse. So getting the information from the public about what they've experienced is going to be really important. But we're going to have to continue to file these lawsuits and make sure that we protect the American public.
Senator, you bring up the judiciary and lawsuits, and there is this feeling across America for people that are staying engaged that the Trump administration is not going to honor court rulings and that we are going to head into a coup. And we see Elon Musk move at lightning speed, agency by agency, dismantling it. And we all feel kind of helpless. We're watching this go on. What can the Senate do, even though y'all are a minority, if the Trump administration thumbs its nose at the court rulings?
Well, you know what? I think you point out rightly so that there is a constitutional crisis that is brewing. This is right now about the heart and soul of our Constitution. We have three branches of government, and whether or not we respect the authority of those three branches of government, I think this president is testing the bounds of his own authority. But I think we can still trust that the court system, as scary as it's been to watch, will prevail in all of this. And look, for example, at this fork in the road lawsuit that was filed. It was filed. A judge did release it yesterday. But what was the impact of it? Now, Donald Trump has a whole Jedi mind trick that he loves to play, claiming victory where he doesn't. This is kind of a habit of his. So yesterday, the truth of the matter is the suit was decided on the grounds of not having standing. In other words, saying that the unions that filed the action against that fork in the road, against these federal workers, that they didn't have the right to file it because they couldn't prove that they would be harmed. That didn't get to the actual legal question about whether or not it was lawful to have this fork in the road that forced federal employees and civil servants to choose. So in other words, and after that, Donald Trump, what did he do? He withdrew it. So that's what I think we're going to see in a number of cases. You see as well, when that memo with the federal freezes came out, because of the pressure that was brought, what did he do? They removed the memo. So we're going to see this administration reverse course. I think as a result of some of the lawsuits and some of the other the court of public opinion is very important. So people, please don't stop speaking up. Call Republican lawmakers, not just Democratic lawmakers. Call these Republican lawmakers and ask them to do the right thing and put pressure on him. I think we are going to see a difference, even if he pretended afterwards to claim victory. The truth is that that lawsuit caused him to change course, and that's what I think we're going to continue to see.
Last question, Angie.
I have a question regarding when I saw the video of Trump looking downtrodden and totally impotent, and Elon Musk is in the Oval Office answering questions. Is there any alarm on Capitol Hill that Elon Musk is the one truly making the decisions? And for whatever reason, I'm sure it's nefarious, whatever it is. I don't know that, but I'm guessing that Donald Trump has completely taken the reins and allowed Elon Musk to become the acting president of the United States.
I think there are many who share your view. And you know what? I think your assessment's absolutely correct. We can believe our eyes. You know, they tell you something about don't believe your lying eyes. We can believe our eyes. The billionaires have run amok. And it is a fact. Elon Musk is making money off the federal government. He has contracts. There are conflicts galore. He's a person who does not have to file a disclosure to show the American public how much money he's going to be making off of the federal government. But the billionaires have been handed the keys to our country. And this is a very dangerous thing. And I think we all have good reason to feel concerned about it, that this president has been complicit. And by the way, that's what all of this targeting of civil servants is about. That's what the federal freezes, stopping programs. They halted the Medicare portal, the Head Start portal. Is to line the pockets of these billionaires to provide money for their tax cuts and to make sure that they have the money freed for them. So that's what this is about. It's not about bringing down the cost of eggs or groceries or anything else. I was on a town hall I hosted last night with 17,000 Marylanders who are deeply concerned. The ones who say they don't know now whether they can trust this government to continue to pay a pension that they earn. The mother with the disabled child who says, now disability services are going to be cut short. And why? So Elon Musk, a billionaire, can get even richer. That's what this is about.
I agree. I think they're scapegoating marginalized groups, and the real problem are these billionaires. Senator, we absolutely send you love on this
Thank
Valentine's Eve. Keep fighting the good fight.
Oh,
and
we
our
will.
motto is we have had it, and we have had it up to our eyeballs with this administration and Elon Musk, and we love watching you fight them.
Thank you. We're going to keep fighting and we're going to win. So thank you all so much for what you're doing, and thanks for having me on the show.
Thank you,
Thank
Senator.
you.